Hey there, Fabienne Fredrickson from boldheart.com. I was talking to a new Bold Heart Business Leverage Track member the other day, and I was saying, you need to build your team. And she said, I know I need to build my team. I'm doing too much by myself, too many of the things that I'm not good at, that I don't want to do, that I don't know how to do, and I'm messing everything up. And I said, so who do you need? And she said, I need this type of person to help me. I said, so okay, so let's hire them. What's holding you back? Because you need this person, and if you had this person, you would make so much more money. And she said, oh, no, I can't afford that person right now. And I said, well, how much do you think that full-time person would be? And she said, about 60,000, but I don't have 60,000, so I'm just going to wait till I have 60,000. And I looked at her and I said, no one, no one ever has, a surplus of cash, hundreds of thousands in the bank, because we entrepreneurs tend to spend what we have, right? Investing it in the business. And I said to her, you can afford that person right now. She said, Fabienne, I don't have the 60,000 right now. I said, you don't need the 60,000 right now. You can hire the person you want to hire, a rock star, right now. And she looked at me quizzically. She said, tell me how. And I said, you're not spending $60,000 on this person you want to hire. You're investing 15,000 on this person. And she said, I still don't understand. I thought we were talking about 60 here, and now you're talking about 15,000. I said, here's how it works. Whenever I want to hire somebody new, I look at, of course, how much I think I can hire that person for per year, but I'm not hiring somebody for that amount. I'm just hiring them for the first 3 months, right? It's a cost for 3 months, or an investment, if you will, for 3 months. 3 months. And let me give you the rationale around that. What I said to her is, typically an employee or even an independent contractor has a ramp up period of about 3 to 4 months, right? The first month they learn about your business. The second month, they're getting better at being trained and starting it. In the third month, they are starting to get some traction. And at the end of the third month, they start paying for themselves in the form of new clients, paying for themselves in the sense that you get your time back as the business owner, and you can focus on money generating activities and exponential growth activities that really move the business forward. So you're not, as I was telling her, in this case, out $60,000. The person will pay for themselves very quickly. So listen, if things don't go well, you've only spent that $15,000, or 15,000 euros, whatever it is for you. And this investment, until they pay for themselves, is a lot smaller than you think it is. And when she looked at it that way, she said, well, I guess 15,000 is not as much as I thought. And I said, well, during that 3 months, you're also on the hustle plan, hustling to do more marketing than you typically do, so you can afford that person for the first 3 months. And then they pay for themselves, they afford themselves, if you will, for 3 months. And so if you look at this process for affording anybody you want, knowing that it only takes a period of 3 months for somebody to ramp up and make money for you to replace the investment, knowing that, who would you hire? Who would you hire in the next month or two, knowing that they will eventually very quickly pay for themselves? You see, you can afford anybody you want if you look at it this way. It's not a cost, it's on only a 3-month investment. Who would you hire, and how soon will you start? That's my loving challenge for you, my inspiration to you for this week, is to really think about who do you need, and then hustle and make it happen. Bring that person on so you can focus on exponential growth activities once they're ramped up. Okay? All right. See you next time. Bye.